Hi, this is Kathy from inkingitupwithkathy.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you this variation on a Z-fold card. It actually folds out to 4 panels. Isn't that cute? So let me show you how to make that card. Okay, for the decorative panels, you're going to need 2 pieces of Melon Mambo, and they are 2.5 inches by 4 inches, and 2 pieces of patterned paper. This is from the English Garden Designer Series paper, and this is cut at 2.25 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and again you'll need 2 of those. You'll need 2 pieces of Melon Mambo that are 3.25 inches by 4.5 inches, and 2 pieces of Whisper White that are 3 inches by 4.25 inches, 1 piece of Melon Mambo at 4 by 5.25, and the patterned paper, which is also from the English Garden Designer Series paper, and that will be at 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. You will also need a little piece of the crochet trim that's about 3 inches to 3.5 inches long, a scrap piece of Blushing Bride, enough to stamp 1 large butterfly and 1 small butterfly from the Papillon Potpourri stamp set, and a scrap piece of white that you can stamp 5 of the small butterflies on. And finally, you'll need a piece of Whisper White and stamp 2 of the flowers from the You've Got This stamp set. I've already stamped them and cut them out on my Scan and Cut. Finally, using the Craft 12 by 12, I cut a piece that is 2 3/4 inches by 4.25 inch, and a piece that is 11.5 inches long by 5.5 inches wide. It is scored at 1/4 inch, 3 3/4 inches, and 7.25 inches. Then you're going to take it to your trimmer and cutting in 5/8 in from the side. You're going to cut down to the end of these 2 panels here, leaving the largest panel, and you'll trim that off just like that. Okay, so then this is the inside of your card. You're going to fold this way and then this way and then back this way again, and use your bone folder and press those down well. You'll then take some adhesive and I'm going to use the multi-liquid glue, and I'm going to glue here down this little strip. I'm going to leave a little bit at the top because this is going to come and meet starting at the bottom, just like that. And there's a little bit left over that is not going to be used, and you're actually going to trim that off. So I'll open that up, and as you can see, there's this little portion here. And I'm going to trim that off just like that. Make that a little straighter. Okay. So then we'll get started decorating. Okay, off camera, I went ahead and stamped with the Melon Mambo ink the small butterflies and punched them out, and then I stamped one Melon Mambo small butterfly on the Blushing Bride piece, and then I'm going to stamp in the black archival ink one large butterfly, and I'll use the large butterfly punch to punch that butterfly out, and then use the small butterfly punch and punch out that little butterfly. And finally, I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper and stamp the For You and use the coordinating punch, the Artisan Label punch, and punch that out. So I've gone ahead and placed the white pieces down on their Melon Mambo pieces, and I am using the flourish from the Everything Eleanor stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that here and stamp it here. Now when I go to assemble this, I will be taking one of them and turning it this way. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside, and we're going to color our flowers now. And what I did is I used the Melon Mambo and the Mossy Meadow, and I took my aqua painter and squeezed and got ink in the lid and use that. Now, if you haven't worked with inks like this to get the watercolor look, the more watercolor you put into the ink, the lighter the color is going to be and come out. So you can come and color with a lighter hue like this, and spread that out over most of your flower. And then you can come back in and get some of that ink, and don't mix so much water in with it, and you can come back and shade, and you can get even a deeper coloring. So first I'll go around and color my entire flower. That's the way I like to do it. I like to color the whole flower light and then come back and add color where I want a deeper, richer color to it. On the inside area, we'll use some Daffodil Delight ink and do the centers. So now I'll come back and work in some darker areas. And just do whatever you feel you like. So then I'll come back with my Daffodil Delight and pick up some of that and color in this center section. Now on this flower, I've never been quite sure, is that a petal or a leaf? And I'm guessing it's a petal because of the shape versus these leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and color that as well. Then I came over and did the same thing with the Mossy Meadow. And I'll start out light. I'll go ahead and do this other flower off camera so that you don't have to watch me through the whole thing. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back from coloring our flowers, and the first thing we want to do is put one of the flowers in the bottom corner of this piece. I'm going to place that just like that, and then come back with my scissors and trim it just like that. Okay, and then this butterfly here is going to go on a dimensional. And be placed here. We can then secure that down to the inside of the card. On the back section here, just like that. These will go here. And here, and again, remember they'll be opposite of each other. This piece, I took the fast fuse and wrapped that little piece of crochet trim around the designer paper and then layered that, and that will go here just like that. And then the last piece will go on the front. Just like that. Then I'll take some dimensionals and the little Blushing Bride small one will go here on the crochet ribbon. The For You will be popped up on some dimensionals. And be placed here. These 5 butterflies you'll put dimensionals on the back of. Just cut those in half or use the sides. And one will go angled here. And here. And then 3 of them will go over here, fluttering at different angles. We'll take, these are the rhinestones that are in the strips, and I've cut them at sections of 3, so they'll stay together in sections of 3, and they'll go very quickly down onto the butterflies. Always save these strips for things like this and not cut them apart and use them individually. Over on this set, we'll go on to this butterfly. Finally, the last one. We'll go here on this butterfly. And then on the front of the card, we'll take And put dimensionals on the back. Of this flower. Place it on the front, just like that. And then I used a metal rimmed pearl and place that in the bottom corner just like that, just to give it a little bling on the front too. And that is your card.